Did you know? There were supposed to be multiple cameo appearances by Nintendo characters in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. They all took place in the Star Beans Cafe and were meant to be triggered whenever Mario and Luigi invented a new kind of stat-boosting coffee. The characters would come out to taste Mario and Luigi's creations in various scenes. Captain Olimar from Pikmin would emerge and dub Mario a strange life form, and proceeds to name him Marleo, an anagram of Olimar. He then mistakes Luigi for some kind of dangerous creature and attacks him with his horde of Pikmin. Wario calls your drink awful, and is revealed to be in debt to the cafe. Samus fills her energy tanks with the brothers' new Hulumbian drink. Link appears to be lost and fills his hearts with a cup of coffee instead of going to a fairy fountain. Fox McCloud gets an incoming call from Slippy or Peppy asking for help, and finally, an Excite Bike racer causes a commotion by taking his motorcycle into the cafe. Egad would also have his own scene, and each character would give you a gift. A UV lamp from Olimar, Wario's Gold, an energy tank from Samus, a Triforce from Link, a gold ring from Fox, an Excite Spring from the Excite Bike racer, and the Game Boy Horror from Egad. The scenes were never fully implemented, and it's not known why that is. Possibly because some of the scenes glorified drinks containing caffeine in a game marketed towards children. Some of the items like the Excite Spring, Triforce, Gold Ring, Wario's Gold, and the Game Boy Horror were left in the game with little to no changes. If you've played Mario Sunshine, you've probably come across this guy once or twice. He is Il Piantissimo, a masked man dressed as one of the local residents who races Mario in certain missions in the game. Similar to Koopa the Quick from Mario 64. He does, however, resemble another Nintendo character. Hacking the game to require his in-game model and removing the mask reveals that Il Piantissimo is actually the Running Man from Ocarina of Time, or the Postman from Majora's Mask, since they're alternate versions of each other. In the new Super Mario Bros. Wii issue of Iwata Asks, Nintendo President Satoru Iwata's online web series, Shigeru Miyamoto revealed that Super Mario 64 was originally going to feature cooperative play. It was split screen, and players could move independently of each other through Peach's castle. There is a possible relic of this idea left in the code. If a second controller is plugged into controller port 2, it can control the camera while Peach congratulates Mario, as well as during the credits. It's thought that cooperative play was planned for a comeback in Super Mario 64 2, which was intended for release on the failed Nintendo 64 disk drive add-on. The add-on essentially allowed games to be read off of a disc rather than a cartridge, and was never released outside of Japan. The game was scrapped due to lack of progress in development and the poor sales of the 64DD. Only one demo was ever made, but it was never shown to the public, and the only information we have left is that Luigi was going to appear in the game. Super Mario 64 DS featured Luigi, so it's possible other ideas were taken from Super Mario 64 2 and reworked for Super Mario 64 DS. Another interesting piece on Super Mario 64 is that it was conceptualized as a Super Nintendo game. It would have used a more advanced version of the Super FX chip, seen in games like Star Fox and Doom. The idea was instead moved to the new hardware platform being developed, the Nintendo 64. Super Mario 64 actually defined the features of the N64 controller. The analog stick was added for better 3D movement, and the C buttons for controlling the camera. It seems that based on Miyamoto's desire for a free, non-fixed camera, it was the lack of buttons on the Super Nintendo controller that pushed the game onto the Nintendo 64, not simply the desire for more processing power. Oh, also, Boo's voice in this game is just Bowser's voice sped up. In Super Mario RPG, there are multiple differences between the North American and Japanese versions. One difference is that Bowser's End of Victory battle animations are altered in the North American version of the game due to the Japanese victory animation resembling an obscene gesture in the West, where a person thrusts their arm upwards, essentially meaning, "Up yours!" Another difference is that in the North American version of the game, after speaking to the Chancellor for the first time, if you go into Princess Toadstool's room, you can look behind her fireplace to find Toadstool's question mark, question mark, question mark. At first, her grandmother will push you away and give you something in exchange for not looking there. If the princess has joined your party by this point in the game, and you try looking at that object, she'll angrily scold Mario. In the Japanese version, the princess is named Peach, and the object is referred to as Peach's XXX. The name was changed for obvious reasons. It's never been revealed what the object was in-game or by the game's developers, but it doesn't take much imagination to guess what it was originally intended to be. That's all for today, but don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you also check out diginogaming.com, where we post gaming trivia multiple times a day, every day. If you like this video, check out our other videos. And if you like Mario so much, go check out Game Grumps playing Super Mario Bros. Wii. Hey, it's great.